We are coming to you from Asheville, North Carolina, post-storm. This is a once-in-a-thousand-year event. There's been a lot of cleanup that's been underway, and there's a lot of things that are constantly changing now. So you're going to want to stay tuned for the latest information on what's happening here. There's a lot of areas that are affected, and a lot of areas that miraculously are not as affected, except for water. How did you fare? You have power, or?
I've had power the longest the whole time.
Oh, nice. I don't have power or water or anything right now.
Whoa.
So we're waiting. So we're going to give you the lowdown on that. We're also going to talk to community members and leaders who are supplying the force in relief and supplies for our neighborhood, and show you exactly what's happening here on the ground. So stay tuned. You're not going to want to miss this. We are living in Asheville. This is pretty heavy, and it's even kind of hard to talk about because there's a lot going on. We're currently in the River Arts District, where 12 Bones is, and the Marquee, and lots of stores down here. And it was pretty much wiped out. So what we're going to be looking at are people who are taking their things out of their studios, and they're letting them dry out in different areas. There's also a lot of workers that are here and trying to clear out pathways and clear out debris that is here. So here's what's been going on. Today we are on day 11 after the storm, and I have been without power and without water and without cell phone service and without Wi-Fi for these last 11 days, and it has definitely been trying, but not as trying as what people have been going through in this area. There's been a lot of people who have lost their homes. There's a lot of people who have lost their lives, especially people that lived near rivers, and it's been quite devastating. There are still people that are unaccounted for in Buncombe County and the surrounding areas. Now, what's interesting is that there's parts of Asheville that have been affected and parts of Asheville that have not been affected when considering homes and damage and things like that. And we're going to go through that today on our video, of course. We're not just going to show you all the devastation. We're going to show you the parts of town that are still habitable. Now, keep in mind, we don't have water yet. So this is a little wild. Some people have water, some people don't, but the majority of us don't have water, and we don't know when it's coming back either. So what has happened for us is that we got the alarms, we got the warnings, things like this, but we never expected a hurricane to hit our mountains. And from what they are saying, this is a once-in-a-thousand-year event. We just never could have guessed it. And we're still dealing with that at this moment, and we still don't know what's going to happen. But there's a lot of community support in the area, and there's a lot of really great things that are happening as well. Hey y'all.
Hey, there's a coffee and there's burritos and there's
Oh,
got eggs, meat, and beans in them.
everybody's super sweet. There's a lot of dust out here too. I want to thank everybody for your outpouring of support, not just for everyone, but the Living in Asheville team. Thank goodness we are safe. We are making do. We are taking bucket showers. We're doing everything that we can to be okay for our family. We're supporting our elders, we are supporting our children, and we're supporting our neighborhoods. We really have been boots on the ground. Evelyn and her sons and husband are out there doing everything that they can to make sure that their community is helped and supplied with essentials, and so am I. In my neighborhood, we lost 21 homes that went down the river. We lost one man, and 2 other women went down the river too. It's been absolutely devastating, and we are doing everything we can to recuperate from this and make sure people are okay. We have a lot of elderly people in our neighborhood, and we're teaching them how to take care of themselves with no power and no water. It's been a full-time job, but rest assured we are safe, and we're working on it. Now, I want to tell you where we are right now because we're in the River Arts District, and this is a newer part of the development of Asheville, right at 12 Bones location. They've been there a couple years now, and this was a heavily hit area. And like I said, not all the areas are as heavily hit as this area, but it's been quite wild to see. I have not ventured down here until today, day 11, because quite frankly, it's not safe to be out on the roads, and we're getting in the way of people. And I do not want to get in the way of any kind of rescue efforts at all. So driving around and really making videos and things like that is important, but also we've really tried to be conscientious about what we're doing, what we're showing, and how much we are delaying any relief efforts. So the River Arts District is a place where artists and creative types have come to showcase their art. And this is devastating because it's already hard for artists to make a living in the area, because there's a lot of artists and because it's art. It's just the way of artists, really. So this is an extra hard blow for them. Now, if you look around too, there's a lot of help that's happening. Like behind me, they're serving food and coffee and water. And you'll see this all over Asheville. We're going to show you a little bit of with this today. You know what, guys? Truthfully, it's hard to even talk about all this stuff. I'm doing my best, but it's gut-wrenching. And really, in between times when we are helping our neighbors and our communities and we're seeing the devastation, if we stop for a minute, we cry. That is the general consensus around here.
Everything that's wrong, leave it to the breeze. Why don't you be you and I'll be me?
We always knew we had a really strong community here in Asheville. We always knew that we lead with love, and we are love here. And I've talked about that many, many times on this channel. But really, everyone is boots on the ground here. Everyone is helping and volunteering every single day to get people out of their homes that have been stranded with trees fallen over their driveways or through their homes, or perhaps their home is washed down the river. No one is hanging out. We're at a warehouse in River Arts District, really. Where they have collected a lot of supplies for people that need it. So there's dog food, there's canned goods, there's paper towels, all kinds of stuff. So people are rallying, and there are these satellite locations all over Asheville and Western North Carolina right now that are filling up with supplies. And one thing that I want to make sure that you all understand is that all day, every day, we hear helicopters overhead. We hear generators going off. We hear constant noise right now because help is coming. Like, FEMA is here. So if you see online that FEMA is not here, FEMA is here, definitely. There's stations set up all over the place. And other big companies are here, like Verizon and people like that who are helping us try to get some Wi-Fi. We've had no way to get information to us or out except for FM radio, thank goodness. Asheville's FM radio has been invaluable during this time. It's so cool. Wow, it's been, 11 days now? It's not easy.
Yeah,
How did you fare?
I'm great. I can't complain at all, you know.
You have power, or?
I've had power almost the whole time.
Oh, nice.
People are doing a lot. And have you heard of Ferguson's?
Mm-mm.
They are filling up water. They're like farmers, and like 30, 40 trucks with cubes going out to like PVA, Riverview. Like, they're just filling up their tanks from their spring.
Oh, that's so nice.
They have a lake, so they have non-potable water that's fed by a spring, and they can fill up a, 300-gallon tote in 5 minutes.
Wow, we need that so bad.
Really
There's tons of
pulling
like
it.
small bottled water, but we really need big flushing water and for washing dishes and things like that.
We need to stop the cases of bottled water.
Yeah, look behind you.
I know.
Like there's so many.
They're everywhere.
Look at all these look at all these boots too for the mud. That's amazing.
We have some salmon fish.
This is Drew. Drew is helping to organize. Is there a name to this?
We are love.
We are love.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. That's super sweet. So tell us a little bit about what you've been doing the last 11 days, what your experience has been like, what your house is like, and what's going on here.
Well, thankfully, my house and my sister's house. My sister just lives right across the river. Both of our places are, minimal damage. There's definitely some mold treatment that will need to be done, but other than that, it's pretty minimal. So I've spent most of my time here trying to keep this organized, and stuff comes in and goes out so fast that it's a little challenging to keep everything in place to where people can see what they're trying to take with them and just see what we have available and things like that.
What kind of people have been coming to get some supplies here? What stories have you heard?
Oh, just about anybody and everybody, from homeless people to people driving Mercedes, yeah, it's been everybody. There's so many without power still that people need things like heating and lights that don't run on electricity and stuff like that.
That's us. It's been a big struggle, especially with kids and elderly parents.
Exactly.
Because I'm running up and down the road trying to take care of my 80-year-old parents and my little kids, and it's a full-time job. And my neighborhood. I'm organizing everything for my neighborhood too.
What used to
with
be
help, lots of help.
Not such a big deal has turned into a full-time job for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And they're out of work, so they have the time, but
Yeah.
it is a full-time job. Yeah, just trying to keep alive right now.
There's a lot of people that are still stranded, right?
Yeah, there's large communities, north of all of the major ones like Swannanoa, Black Mountain, Old Fort. As soon as you get up into the mountains, they're still stranded.
Yeah.
A lot of them haven't even seen outside people besides who they're up there with in 11 days.
And there's lots of people too in the community that have mules that are hiking into these areas with supplies, and helicopters as well.
Those are part of the Cajun Navy. Yeah, the guys with the mules. And yes, they've been going out to areas that are, completely cut off.
And then there's another operation called Operation Streamline, which they are getting large donations in the foothills regional airport area, and doing helicopter drops to these people who are stranded up in the mountains.
Yeah.
So that's another great one, and we have some footage from them too. It's a wild ride.
It is.
How's your heart?
We're doing pretty good. Yeah.
Okay.
Just trying to keep busy,
I have days of up and down. Like some days I'm really motivated, I'm like ready to go and help and do everything I can, and some days I'm just kind of a puddle.
Yeah. So far it's been pretty motivated.
Well, thank you. Thanks for all you're doing.
Definitely. Thank you guys.
I know.
Behind the camera, not in front.
You can do it. Okay, so we're here with Alex right now. And Alex, where are you from?
I live in Fairview.
You live in Fairview.
Yeah.
How's Fairview faring?
Fairview is okay, and certain pockets expanded out and then down into obviously Lake Lure and Chimney Rock. Everybody's heard about. We're pretty compromised, but it's been everywhere really beautiful seeing the unionization of all of us as a community coming together, and it's like all of the conversations, like I'm hearing so many beautiful stories in those respects.
Can you share one?
Wow, there's so many.
We like beautiful stories. We need a little uplifting something.
Yeah, well, I'll just speak in a more general sense. It's like everywhere you look, a neighbor is out there extending their hand to another, whether it's getting a tree out of a driveway or helping build rock up with heavy machinery that somebody had sitting in their yard, and multitudes of that, and even people like turning away materials to say give it to somebody else that needs it. We're good.
There's such an outpouring of like gifting right now, and volunteering and giving your muscle and your sweat, for your neighbors right now. People in most neighborhoods have charging stations set up. If you don't have power, people are out there outside talking to their neighbors. I mean, we are getting to know the people around us more than ever, and it's so beautiful because that's not going to leave us. Once this leaves us in a little while, this is not going to leave us, the sense of community.
Yeah, I feel really grateful, and it's really beautiful also what my friends here and new friends are doing, and I'm stoked to just continue to see more of all of it.
And how is your house?
My house was unmarked. We were very, very fortunate. I actually live very up high too.
So you could have been affected by trees?
Could have been no different than many people who had a slide or a wash. We had some significant damage to the driveway, but totally passable. Very fortunate too there.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah, of course.
I appreciate it. We're at Firestorm Cafe Bookstore in West Asheville, right on Haywood Road right now, and it is a buzz of activity. There's a lot going on. People helping their neighbors. They have supplies here for anyone to take. There's another place across the road that's doing body work for probably first responders and people in need. This is a lot for people's bodies during this time. It's pretty traumatic. Even just holding all that stress is a lot. And here's non-potable water. Really, our biggest concern is flushing toilets and washing dishes right now. We have a lot of filtered water, which is awesome, but this is a great thing to have. We have a YouTube channel called Living in Asheville. I'm just kind of curious about what's happening with the toilet situation.
Yeah.
Could you tell us what you're doing?
Absolutely. So right now we're really just trying to get people thinking about what their best toilet strategy is when there isn't running water. For most people, we're recommending that they use non-potable water to flush their toilet. For every flush, that's the safest option. Right now, the Asheville wastewater treatment facility is working, so that means it's safest, it's the most sanitary for you to be flushing your toilet. Unfortunately, not everyone has access to that much non-potable water, or they don't have the ability to haul that water to their toilet. Either they live in an apartment building, they're really rural, really far away. In cases like that, we're trying to mitigate the spread of diseases like cholera, Hep A, Hep B, polio, typhoid, things like that. And one of the ways that we're doing that is giving dry toilets. So dry toilets are just for fecal matter, and they are really good options for people who don't have the ability to carry water. No water is involved in the process. They're not necessarily the best strategy, especially if water is working. But if water isn't working, then it's pretty much sawdust in a bucket with a contractor bag. We don't recommend trash bags. We've heard a lot of stories about people either just pooping outside, in parking lots, burying it in a shallow hole, putting it in the trash without any sawdust that would dessicate it. So we're really trying to prevent that from happening.
People don't know what to do right now, do
Exactly.
they? But
No.
you're helping. Thank you so much. And do
Yeah,
these cost money?
No, they're free. They're free.
amazing.
And we're also giving out buckets in case people need buckets for non-potable water to flush their toilets.
Can I take a bucket?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank
Do you need a lid?
It looks like they are sharing daily information from 12 to 4. So a lot of the things that we've needed because we have been offline for so long is information. So like I said, our FM radios have been incredible, but also the community and the neighbors have been amazing. So in our neighborhood, we have a meeting every day at 12 o'clock so we can share what our needs are and also share what other information that we've gathered about power, electricity, any kind of restoration. And look at all this. Who needs social media when we have well, we do need social media, but look at what's behind me. I mean, because these are all people who are having things to give or needing things or having any sort of message to get out. It's absolutely amazing what's happening. Look at all the supplies here. Look at all the cat food and dog food, hand sanitizer, baby wipes, protein, diapers, Asheville rallies. So one thing that's really affecting us is the closure of the schools, and we don't know when they're going to open because they can't open without water. So there's lots of talk about when that will be, but really we are all pretty much homeschooling our children right now until further notice. They're talking about maybe trying to drill wells or figure out something, but us as parents right now, we are looking at trying to form co-ops in our different communities. Here's Sunny Point Cafe, which is giving away food every single day, and tons of people are here. We wanted to show you Haywood Road and also West Asheville as well. So these homes here are just right off Haywood, really. I mean, this is quintessential West Asheville. There are some trees down around the neighborhood for sure, but most of these homes look to be doing okay. I believe West Asheville has power again, but they don't have water. So really the water went, Justin, 25 feet under the French Broad and broke the water lines, the main water supply. So they are getting the cavalry in from every area to help repair that right now. But I want to show you a little bit about the areas that are not as heavily affected, because it's like night and day, and it's really shocking to the system too. Because you can go to the River Arts District near the river. We have one situation, and then you come to West Asheville or to North Asheville, depends on which area in North Asheville, there's these little pockets, so you really need to know where you're looking. In Fairview and Oakley, different places, I have a lot of friends who have lost things, and I have a lot of friends who are just sitting there going, I feel so lucky right now. I am so grateful right now. So it's really a mixed bag. So if you have any questions about that, or, you know, about where to donate and where to get resources, if you're an Asheville local or if you're coming to the area, which we would like for you to just wait just a minute, we'll be glad to advise you on all of that. Reach out any of the ways down below and we'll give you any advice about Asheville that you need. We have access to all the resources right now and have up-to-date information too, so we'll be glad to assist you. So here we are on Haywood Road right now, coming into West Asheville, and I wanted to give you a glimpse of what this looks like right now on day 11. There's people out with tents, with supplies, and a lot of the businesses are not open yet. Some are. I even got ice cream the other day. A lot of the restaurants are giving out free food every single day. It's absolutely amazing. A lot of the grocery stores are open right now, like Whole Foods and Trader Joe's, things like this. Pharmacies are starting to reopen. Anywhere where they're not really serving food is coming back online with generators and power. So a lot of Asheville proper has power back already. Here's a little bit more of just what's going on. There's not a ton of people out. Some people have left town until the power and the water comes back on, but the people that have stayed are out volunteering right now. They're not roaming around West Asheville. We're trying to hit all the parts of Asheville today, but it's gonna be a lot. We are right outside of downtown right now on Bowcatcher, which is just a hop, skip, and a jump from downtown. And this street in this area had some trees down and whatnot, but most of the houses look like they're okay. Some people lost some retaining walls down there. But look, right behind me, you can see downtown Asheville. Now, we'll go down there in a minute on the ground so that you can see what's happening down there. There's a lot of businesses that are not open right now. Some are. There's a lot of people being fed downtown, which is awesome. But really, anywhere within the Asheville city limits is a hit or miss when it comes to the amount of damage. But a lot of the places were really, really lucky. So let's go check out downtown for a little bit and see what's happening down there. We're taking a little drive around downtown right now to see what's happening on the streets. There's not as many people out right now. Some places are open though. I'm seeing like Mexican restaurants, 5 Walnuts open. It looks like places are trying to get back on their feet. Some places were boarded up for a little bit, but it looks like it is opening. We're going to show you around for a little bit and see what we can find on the streets of downtown. We're in the South Slope right now, and there is tons of food being given away and lots of people in line for it. This is the World Central Kitchen, and I have a really cool story about this. The other day I was in my driveway, and Jose Andres, I hope I'm saying it right, he came up to my driveway and he offered us some food for the neighborhood, and I was like, that's really nice, thank you so much. And he looked me straight in the eye and he's like, listen to me, anything you need, tell me and we'll get it for you. And I'm like, sir, thank you so much. I had no clue who he was. We went to our neighborhood meeting later. He showed up with chili and cornbread for everybody, fed everybody, and they've been back every day since to give us food for our 12 o'clock meeting. I looked him up online later. I'm like, oh my God, it's that famous chef guy. He's doing great things. And here they are set up downtown. They have tons of volunteers. They're giving away food at this booth over here, and it's phenomenal. The support here is crazy, and people are playing music. This is day 11 after the storm. People are volunteering their efforts and playing music here to truthfully lift our spirits a little bit. These are all local artists, I'm sure, and they have a different one every single day. World Central Kitchen, we're going to link them down below. Incredible organization. Feel free to donate there too as well. There's so many helping hands out today and creative, colorful characters that we know to be in Asheville. And it's really fun to see amidst all the heartbreak as well, and people who are suffering. Asheville's spirit is still pretty strong. If you are one of those people that were thinking about moving to Asheville and you want updates on timelines and restorations and areas, of course, Feel free to reach out to us any of the ways down below. We are also going to link ways that you can get involved if you are around this area and ways that you can donate if you are not. There are many, many different ways to do that. There's so many beautiful things about Asheville that we are witnessing and seeing all over the streets and in neighborhoods right now. It's absolutely so heartwarming. We really band together, which is so cool. And I knew it. I knew that's who we were. If you want to check out more about Asheville, then check out this playlist here. And we're going to keep giving you live updates all the time about what it means to live here in Asheville. Until then, ciao for now.
And everything that's wrong, leave it to the breeze. Why don't you be you and I'll be